6:32. Jeremy's joining me here in the backyard, or in the severe weather set. And Jeremy, this just triggered a few minutes ago.
Tyler, and yes,
I'm sorry,
no worries, don't worry. Yes, this tornado warning just went up a few minutes ago for portions of Sullivan County, and so we want you to know what you need to do if you're anywhere in this tornado warning right now. So if you could take max 2 for me, first thing you want to do is get low. So head for the basement. The basement is your safest place to be. If you don't have a basement, you want to be on the lowest level of your home. The goal, if you're anywhere in this tornado warning, is to put as many walls between you and the outdoors as possible. And this is simply to best protect you from any type of flying debris that may be associated from a tornado or strong straight line wind gusts from this storm. Going under a table can help as well. Just make sure you're protected and turn up your TV. So make sure you can hear us wherever you are in your safe place. We're also streaming on our app as well. So if you want to take your phone in with you, you can stream on the app. Here is a more graphic depiction of where you want to be. Again, an interior hallway, a closet, a bathroom, any way you can put you and as many interior walls between you and the outside as possible. And I also want you to stay away from windows, because windows, as you know, if any debris flies in there, windows could break. We just want you to be safe than sorry as these storms continue to pass through, Kurt.
And obviously you don't want to hang out around trees. Tyler, thank you.
Yes,
Yes,
of course.
Sorry, Jeremy and I have done this many times. Tyler's relatively new here. You've been here since what, May?
Yeah, May.
Okay,
Yep.
May. So, but you do a great job, Tyler.
Although you and I have covered our fair share of tornado warnings now.
In the short time you've been here,
We've had a fairly active summer so far in terms of severe weather here in northeastern and central Pennsylvania. Today's a day where we're looking at some severe weather, and then again tomorrow as well.
Can we take max 2 for a minute? Or I'm sorry, max 1? Max 1, please? Yeah, there we go. So the big concerns with these, obviously not just that area where we have the tornado warning, but that whole line of storms. Potential for damaging winds, 50 plus miles an hour, flooding areas with poor drainage, and as we talked about before, the possibility of tornadoes. We do have those around. I want to show you future radar as we're looking at this. And again, I'm just going to update this as we move through manually. And you can see those storms may approach the Wyoming Valley by, say, 9, 10 o'clock. But one interesting aspect to this is they're going to lose some of their lift. The peak heating time of the day begins to shut down. So many of these storms that you see that are pretty active right now are helping be fueled by the sunshine and the lift that we have out there. And as you can see, that's max 1, that line of showers and storms. Tawanda, get ready. That's going to be near you in just a few minutes. The actual tornado warning itself is right here, Sullivan County. It's supposed to be near LaPorte at 6:32. Due short 6:39. This is the storm system that spawned the tornado warning, and it's all part of that bigger line of storms that we were talking about. And as we mentioned before, Tyler, we talked about, yes, we go on the air for tornado warnings, but the vast majority of damage that's done is through severe storms, and that's through straight line winds. And we've talked about that many, many times.
Yes, and straight line wind gusts continue to be a threat with these storms as well. In severe thunderstorms, you can see wind gusts of 50 to 60 miles per hour or more. And that's enough to damage trees, knock down power lines. In fact, we got some reports into our newsroom as these storms moved through portions of central Pennsylvania, through the Williamsport area, that there were trees down and possibly even some power lines down and that sort of thing. So it's just something to keep in mind, that even if you're not under the tornado warning portions of Sullivan County right now, maybe you're tuning in and you say, I'm only under that severe thunderstorm warning. That's still something that you're going to want to take shelter from as well. One thing I do want to note as well is this storm is around 6:30 p.m. Ricketts Glen State Park.
Yeah, a lot of people out there hiking and doing things. Absolutely.
Exactly. It's a hot day today. Lots of people looking to get outside. And out ahead of these storms, it's mostly clear. And so it's possible that some people are caught outside from these storms. So I really want you, if you know anyone that's in or around Ricketts Glen State Park, give them a call. Let them know you need to get to shelter as soon as you can, because you are now under a tornado warning for a storm that could possibly arrive around 6:30.
So there it is. Those are the areas that are going to be impacted by this storm that is producing that tornado warning for Sullivan County. And as we look on there, we have severe thunderstorm warnings also included for Lycoming County, Bradford County, Wyoming County, and western Susquehanna County included under those severe thunderstorm warnings, as well as Sullivan. But Sullivan right now has this tornado warning that we're keeping an eye on. We were going to kick off our new graphics, and I just wanted to show people weather impact alert day. Obviously, tonight would be one with these storms that are coming through, but believe it or not, we got another round possibly for tomorrow. It's not only the heat, because we're going to have heat indices tomorrow in the triple digits, but it's also because we're going to be looking at the potential for some storms. I'll just show you real quick. We have that place in Sullivan County we're keeping a close eye on, but this is what we were talking about for Tuesday. We get a couple of showers in the morning, but look at these storms firing up for tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow evening. So that's also going to be a weather impact alert day. And when we say that, this is what I'm talking about. And we could rack this up for tonight, again, up until about 10, 11 o'clock. This is what you can expect for tomorrow between 2 and 9 o'clock. Severe storms, and you need to be weather aware. Download that WNEP app. I beg you to do that, because that can be a lifesaver, letting you know that there's a tornado in the area and we are on the air. So this is what it looks like right now. Tyler, it's until 6:45 that we have that that tornado warning rather, but the severe thunderstorm warnings, they're going to be sticking around as that line continues moving east.
Yes, and as a matter of fact, they just updated the severe thunderstorm warning to the north. That warning is also in effect until 6:45 of portions of many different counties, a line of storms extending from Montville all the way, south, moving east at 45 miles an hour. So they're concerned about up to 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts, also penny-size hail with this line as it moves through. The National Weather Service indicating some of those, and they even put what's called a considerable damage threat on these thunderstorm warnings, which means even if you're not under the tornado warning, if you're under, the severe thunderstorm warning, you may be getting one of those noisy notifications to your phone right now.
Yes.
They do these for very few severe thunderstorm warnings, and that's for a reason, because there's, only certain severe thunderstorm warnings that have, this level of propensity to do damage, but they really want you to seek shelter as this line moves through, and we want you to do the same. That's why we remain on the air with this tornado warning and with these severe thunderstorm warnings, because straight line wind gusts can also cause quite a bit of damage here.
Absolutely. Can we take Max 2 for a second there? I just want to show that area. Okay. Where Tyler was talking about Montrose, that's up there in Susquehanna County, and that's right on the edge of where that severe thunderstorm warning is, as you can see there. We're talking about Sullivan County. That's where we have the tornado warning. Go ahead and zoom in on that, Tyler, if you could, please. This is where we have the tornado warning in effect until 6:45. So we apologize. We're preempting the news because we are tracking this storm, and this storm's packing quite a punch. So I just want to recap on this, and I'm going to move the guidance as this storm continues moving east. I'm going to move this out so you get an idea. A lot of cloud-to-ground lightning with that. And here's the updated time frame. So still looking at 6:32, LaPorte, due short 6:40. Sullivan County High School, obviously school's out, but 6:32. And there's Ricketts Glen State Park, the one that you were just talking about a little bit ago, Tyler. And that's expected to be there at 6:49. So if you know people that are there hiking, as Tyler mentioned, you may want to get a hold of them. Big picture, that's what that line looks like. And it's moving east, and it's going to continue to bring us the threat for some storms over the Wyoming Valley here over the next couple of hours. Just want to move up to the northern tier and adjust that grid right there. And there we go. So there's the updated numbers there. 6:40 Towanda, Wyalusing Area High School, 6:55, Laceyville at 7:02. And those are just some of the areas that are going to be impacted over the next hour or so with these storms, maybe up until about 9, 10 o'clock by the time they all move out.
Right. These storms will continue moving eastward over the course of the night, and we'll be here tracking them to see the severe thunderstorm warnings. If any more tornado warnings pop up, we'll be continuing to do wall-to-wall coverage, as we will with this tornado warning that remains in effect until 6:45. But one more thing I want you to see with this storm is just how much lightning there is. I mean, when you look at the lightning icons that are all over the storm right now. You can see there's quite a bit of lightning, and not only is lightning dangerous in and of itself, being outside, and that's why we say when thunder roars, go indoors. Even with thunderstorms that are not severe, we want you to head inside because lightning can be dangerous. But when there's so much lightning like there is with these storms, that's an indicator to us that these storms are continuing to strengthen. You know, lightning, all it is static electricity that's built up by strong updrafts within these storms. And the lightning is therefore an indicator to us that the updrafts within this storm are very strong, and that's what causes hail, that's what causes severe, characteristics, gusty winds, and that is what even causes rotation within these storms as well. And so that's something that's very concerning to me as this line continues to move through, is just how much lightning there is as an indicator of how this storm has been strengthening.
Come back to Max 1 for a minute, if we could, please. There you go. High winds, 50+ miles an hour possible. We were at a level 2 for most of our viewing area. As you can see there, that's the yellow shaded area. Also flooding. These are slow movers. These are not moving through that fast. So you could end up with some ponding of water on roadways, areas with poor drainage, hail potential, and also that possibility of tornadoes, which is why we are on the air right now, continuing to update you with the latest. So this is what we have. Just triggered at about 6:15, right before we were about to go on for the weather. There's that tornado warning until 6:45. Keep in mind, we also have severe thunderstorm warnings in the gold that you see there. That includes Sullivan, eastern Lycoming, Wyoming, western Susquehanna County, and Bradford County. In the purple, those are areas where we have that severe thunderstorm watch in effect. And then, of course, most of the viewing area under that heat advisory today. And you know what? I hate to say it, but it's going to get even hotter tomorrow. Tyler, we're going to be talking temperatures in the mid-90s. Some places like Jersey Shore, by the way, hit 97 today.
Yes, and that heat and humidity is just fuel for thunderstorms, causes that air, warm, moist air to rise up into our atmosphere, and that's what creates these thunderstorm clouds. So just to reset for a second, we're coming up on 6:30 right now. If you're joining us on WNEP, you may be expecting to see World News Tonight with David Muir. We are continuing to stay on the air because of a tornado warning that's currently in effect for portions of our viewing area. And so, if you are anywhere, as I kick the desk here, if you are anywhere in portions of, which county is this again, Kurt?
The county is Sullivan County.
Sullivan County, okay.
Yep.
If you're anywhere in portions of Sullivan County, we want you to seek shelter. You may have gotten this warning on your phone. You may have heard a loud noise. What I need you to do is get to the lowest level of whatever building you're in and in an interior room until the storm passes. The goal with this is to put as many walls.
Hang on 1 second. Can we go back to Max 1? Okay, where I'm no, Max 2. Thank you, Eric. Okay.
The goal is to put as many walls between you and the outside as we possibly can. So that might be an interior closet, an interior bathroom. Protect yourself any way you can. We also want you to turn up your TV. If you're heading to your safe place right now, if you're in Sullivan County, we're streaming live. You can also stream us on your app if you still have internet. This is a little bit more of a graphical depiction of where we want you to be. An interior hallway, an interior closet, anywhere. Again, as many walls between you and the outside as possible and away from windows. That's another key point here to protect yourself as the storm passes, with potentially tornadic and also plenty of straight line wind gusts in excess of 60 miles per hour or more.
Yeah, let's go back to Max 1 now, please. And right there's the storm that we're talking about. And I just want to point this out. Great advice, by the way, for people to be in the most interior part of their home, absolutely, or basement if they can be. But I want to point out that remember, it's changed how tornado warnings are triggered. We've talked about this many times during severe weather, but back in the mid-90s when I started doing the weather, we had tornado warnings were only issued when someone on the ground spotted a funnel cloud. Now we trigger tornado warnings based off what we see on radar. The National Weather Service does. If it begins to see rotation in a horizontal fashion in a storm, it can trigger a tornado warning even though a tornado hasn't actually reached the ground. Okay, so just because we have a tornado warning right now doesn't necessarily mean there is a tornado on the ground. However, the likelihood that a tornado could be on the ground is certainly elevated because we have picked up that mesorotation in the thunderstorm, and that's what we're looking at. So when you see that arrow spinning around, you know that's what we're keeping a close eye on. And right now we have all the attributes on. You can see hail. associated with it. Also lightning, cloud-to-ground lightning. So we're doing that. If we could come back live here to the severe weather set. We're on right now because of that tornado warning, but I just want to show you a couple of features, which is why we had this set made for situations like this. So what Tyler's doing right now is he's on the National Weather Service. It's called their Slack, and he's looking right now for up to the second information that we can pass along to you. This is really great thing to have. Tornado on radar. Scroll up there. This down, Tyler. Down. It was giving us reports of some hail. Down.
Oh, yep.
Right there. Okay, max hail size, 0.75 inches. So again, this is what I'm talking about, this data just coming in. So it's a great tool to have.
And you can see right here, this very latest report, a 911 call center had a report of thunderstorm wind damage, multiple trees down near the intersection of Church Street and State Route 154 in Forksville in Sullivan County. So this is another great way that we're getting these reports in by the second, literally, as new reports come into places like emergency management, 911 centers, all of that. We're getting this information and we're passing it along to you.
Yeah, and Tyler, the other thing we have too is we have monitors all across northeastern and central Pennsylvania, as you can see over here. So our directors can move to them pretty quickly. And we're on the air right now because of this. The radar that you see behind me, that is a storm that's over Sullivan County. And Tyler just reported some of the damage reported in Forkston, I believe, right? Yeah,
Forksville.
Yep, Forksville. So, yeah, you folks in Sullivan County, you want to certainly find somewhere where you can take some shelter. Go ahead and let's go back to Max 1 if we could and put that up there, which is why we're here interrupting World News Tonight, just so you know. So let me show you this. Let me do an outline here. One nice thing about this severe weather set is we can do this and boom, there it goes. All right, so now it's starting to move into other counties. It has that tornado warning for Sullivan County, but again, you can see there's Harvey's Lake there. And this storm is expected to be at Harvey's Lake in about a half an hour. So I do think once we get beyond 8, 9 o'clock, it'll start losing some of its strength as it passes into eastern Pennsylvania. We lose that peak heating time of the day. But dew points, once again, you were talking about fuel for the fire. Dew points, once again, were well into the upper 60s, lower 70s, Tyler. So that's certainly some of the highest dew points that we see in the summertime here. And let's go ahead and take Max 2 now. He has up with the radar. And again, this tornado warning until 6:45.
Yes, so this tornado warning remains in effect. Again, portions of Sullivan County until 6:45 here. Frequent cloud-to-ground lightning occurring with the storm. Also wind gusts in excess of 60 miles per hour are possible, and the possibility for some small hail. So if you're anywhere in here, that includes Ricketts Glen State Park, that includes LaPorte, we want you to take shelter. And again, that is an interior room away from windows until the storm passes. The threat continuing really throughout the evening here. This is the risk for tomorrow. There's also a risk this evening as well. But tomorrow, 2 to 9 p.m., we need to be on alert again for the possibility that some strong to severe storms may roll through as well. So we'll be monitoring those. But again, this is the tornado warning that is currently in effect here for the next 10 minutes. At that point in time, the National Weather Service will decide to either extend the warning or cancel it. And actually, I believe, Kurt, at the end of Sullivan County, this crosses over into National Weather Service Binghamton territory. This warning was issued by the folks in State College, and then eventually, once it crosses over closer to the Scranton-Wilkes-Barre metro area, at that point, it'll be within National Weather Service Binghamton.
Right. And for people at home that don't know, they hear us say the National Weather Service. Well, what they have to understand is that we have 3 offices that represent our viewing area. State College, Binghamton, Mount Holly. And those 3 are responsible. Mount Holly does Monroe County and Poconos, and then State College, Central Pennsylvania, and then Binghamton, that northeast corner. So we're keeping an eye on all of those. Again, as we mentioned earlier today, potential for some damaging winds. That's what we're seeing right now, parts of central Pennsylvania, and potential for downpours, cloud-to-ground lightning, and tornadoes. And we have that tornado warning issued by the National Weather Service, and that is why we are still on the air here. If you're just joining us and you didn't get a chance to see the forecast, it's because of this right here, that tornado warning until 6:45. But real quick, as that is on, I just want to show this. as we continue to cover. This is our new 7-day. We were going to unveil it tonight at 6 o'clock. And what you see on there, weather impact alerts, and that's for tomorrow afternoon and then again Wednesday afternoon as a front comes through. But you're going to start seeing that banner now. And this is the new 7-day, and I hope you like it. And this is what we're going to do. Just so people at home know, this is our parent company, Tegna. This is a Tegna across the country thing. So every Tegna station is using now the weather impact alert days when there's things that you need to be concerned about. Like right now, this could almost be put up for tonight as well, up until about 9, 10 o'clock. And we're going to have the potential for severe storms, some tornadoes, and you want to be weather aware, meaning download that WNEP app, just in case we're in situations like we are here, where we have this tornado warning right now in Sullivan County. Question is, we have to see, because we do have a severe thunderstorm warning that's been extended beyond Sullivan County. So we'll have to see if the National Weather Service keeps this one going into Wyoming County.
Right, and the good news is, Kurt, I've been looking at the latest data that's coming in, and the initial rotation signature has weakened a little bit, so that's a good sign, but we have to remember also that a lot of times what these storms can do is cycle, meaning the rotation weakens and then it strengthens back up again, and so we'll keep that in mind very closely as we continue to look at this storm here and the data that's coming in both from the National Weather Service, from the radar, also spotter reports. We did have a report somewhere in Sullivan County of some trees down from this storm as well.
Can we go Max 1, please? Max 1, thank you. Go ahead, Tyler.
Yeah, we had a report of some trees down as well as the storm moved through Sullivan County, so that's something to keep in mind.
Yep, and there's the tornado warning that we have.
Yeah.
LaPorte, in the crosshairs for this right now, those strong storms, keep a close eye. It's not just right there. I just want to reiterate that. Look, it extends from all the way up in northern Bradford County. You see all that cloud-to-ground lightning, and then extends down into Sullivan County, eastern Lycoming County, Columbia County, like Benton in those areas. Get ready. Let's go ahead and zoom in on this, because just because you don't have a tornado warning doesn't mean that you're not going to deal with the potential for some damaging winds, some hail. Let's go ahead and extend this out, and there you go. Expected to be Glen Big Loop 646, Glen State Park 648, Harvey's Lake 707. There's Ricketts Glen too. As you can see, I'm going to slide this down just a little bit. There we go. Ricketts Glen State Park 648. So we've got about another 5 minutes for this particular tornado warning, and then we're going to see if they extend it, as Tyler mentioned, the signature on it. Oop, we got another spot, Tyler. Attributes on radar picking it up. Let's go ahead and leave Max 1 up, and come on, load. There you go. Oh, that one, we were just talking about heading towards Benton. Let me just do a quick check on this one. Hold on a second. I'm going to advance that out. Okay, so looks like should be near Benton at 6:55. Now this one has not spawned a tornado warning yet, but there is a severe thunderstorm warning, so we'll continue to monitor that. Let me go back to our tornado warning board. We're still at 6:45 here, but Tyler, if you notice, they've extended it out. This takes us well into Wyoming County. There's Factoryville. This is for that severe thunderstorm warning. Damaging winds can be a real issue as we're looking at that right now.
Yes, and this takes us well into Wyoming County here and very close to the Scranton-Wilkes-Barre metro area with this. And even though it might not have a tornado warning on it, once this warning expires in about 5 minutes' time, what the National Weather Service will do is they may keep a tornado possible tag on that severe thunderstorm warning. Basically, what that means to us is that they're continuing to monitor the rotation within that storm. Regardless of whether the storm is rotating or not, they've noticed straight line wind damage from the storm, wind gusts in excess of 70 miles per hour. And so even if there isn't rotation with the storm, which we believe there is, that warning remains in effect for the next 4 minutes, this storm could still pack a punch in terms of damage. So if you're in the Scranton-Wilkes-Barre metro area, right now, go outside. If there's anything that may, blow around, be damaged outside, bring that inside as these storms roll through. And if you're anywhere, out toward the north too, Factoryville, Montrose, go out, do that now. Bring in anything inside that may blow around, may cause damage that you wouldn't want to have damaged in the event that the severe thunderstorm rolls through with plenty of wind gusts.
Absolutely. And we want you to know the difference between a tornado watch and a tornado warning. Tornado watch means conditions are favorable. Tornado warning means they've either picked up rotation on radar or there's been a funnel cloud spotted.
If you could take Max 2 right now, we have a graphic for that.
Yep, right there. There's what we're talking about. There's a tornado watch that's typically in the yellows. The golds that you see that we were just showing, that's the severe thunderstorm warning that has been issued. But the red is a tornado warning. And when you have that on there, either a trained spotter or, as it shows right there, indicated on radar, that rotation. And then when we start talking about that, if you're in that line, that's when you want to be in the interior rooms of your house, as you put, Tyler, put as many walls between you and the storm.
Yes, and that is something we really want you to do, and just stay weather aware. You know, as these storms continue to roll through over the course of this evening, we'll keep you updated here on Aaron Online WNEP. But tomorrow, another day where severe weather could be possible. And so I urge you, if you don't have that WNEP app, we will send you a push notification to your phone every time you're in the path of a severe thunderstorm or a tornado warning. And that will, help you know if you need to seek shelter at any point tonight or tomorrow. So definitely download that if you don't have it. And
the other thing too is with that app, then if you do get some storm damage, you can quickly send us the photos, the video, whatever you have. You can do it right there from your phone. Just again, that's a tornado warning we have in effect. I'm just showing you where it's headed. There's some of the places, Harvey's Lake 706, could even be in Tunkhannock by 712. And even if it's not a tornado or funnel cloud on the ground, damaging winds could be real problematic. You could have trees down. I know we were mentioning earlier that we had some calls from the Williamsport area of some storm damage from some winds. People thought possibly that it might be tornadic activity, but we'll see. We mentioned before about the National Weather Service sends out a team, and they'll look at the layout of the debris field. I've been with them many times. I'm sure you've been with them too. It's so cool to go out there. And then they usually have some kind of notepad or something that they're writing how the debris is laying down, which direction it is. Is it all one direction?
Right.
Or is it like a 180 spin? If it's a 180 spin, then there's a good idea that it might be tornadic. Also, if we could, okay, you guys got Max 1 back up there.
Yep.
We are watching another spot right behind you, Tyler. And again, that's a little bit more to the north. We had Sullivan County. But now we have one in Bradford County. It looks like there could be some rotation on radar. And then also to the south, northern Columbia County near Benton there. That one's been indicating something going on there for a while.
Right. And so that's why if you're in the path of any of these storms, regardless of whether we have a tornado warning in effect or not, we really want you to seek shelter. I believe a new severe thunderstorm warning just popped up that we really should, a very large severe thunderstorm warning. If you could take Max 2 here. Max 2. This large yellow box includes a lot of counties here.
Yes.
This is all of Lackawanna County, all of Wyoming County. Yep. Kurt, I'm sure you...
Yep, Wayne County.
Yep,
Luzerne County. Wyoming you mentioned.
And it's flashing on your screen right now because it's just popped up within the last minute or so.
And also the tornado warning has been allowed to expire for our viewing area. There was just another tornado warning, Tyler, issued for upstate New York. But again, that's not our viewing area, but that one was just issued a few minutes ago.
Yes.
So, but we still have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for eastern Pennsylvania. So we're not out of the woods yet. We have to continue to monitor these. We'll be in the severe weather set. If anything should pop up, another tornado warning, we'll pass it along to you. But for now, Tyler and myself, we're going to say goodbye and get you back to World News Tonight. I'm sorry about it.